Yo, what's up? What's up? It's been a minute. Welcome to Blackmans Talk. It's been a long time, man. It's been about a year since I was able to come on to this, and I'll let y'all. My bad, man. Let me turn this off. I don't even know where I was, the state of my mind before, man. But new beginnings. Habib has hit. You know what I mean? If you follow, this walk, you understand what Habib is. If not, man, Happy New Year to y'all too. 2023. But of course, I still got a lot of Ravens news and shit, man. But today, just wanted to come on here, holler at y'all, man, see what's up, talk to y'all about some things. I might start a little series. You know what I mean? A little series dealing with black men, mental health, and just getting the fundamentals down of life. Sorry, I keep moving around. I know I'm headed somewhere. But yeah, man. But anyway, I've been good, man. A lot of growth, a lot of things has happened. A lot of lessons I've learned from last year. A lot of positivity too. A lot of times we don't take the opportunity to appreciate the opportunities, appreciate the growth, appreciate the lessons, even the hard ones, even the ones where you really, really have to go into that closet, go into that space, look yourself in the mirror, look at that man in the mirror, look at that person in his eyes, and see where you are in life. Where are you? What direction are you headed? And I think and believe that's where prayer comes into play as well. I also think that having some people in the military having a mission, having a schedule, having a plan of attack, having something on your forefront where you can focus on and you can head towards is some of the best things that you can do. And I've been learning that. I've been learning that it's easy to get into a rut where you're just waking up every morning and you're just doing. You know what I mean? You're just doing shit. And you don't have shit to do. Yeah, you're going to work, but that's it. You're in a autopilot. You know what I mean? And I had to change that. There was something in my life where I was like, man, I hate when, it's raining, but it ain't raining hard enough. So, you know what I'm saying? The windshield wiper don't slide smoothly across your damn window. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you stop, you can't see shit. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's what I want to focus on. I want to focus on that. Let's see, I'll turn the shit down a little bit. There you go. Focus on that. You know what I mean? And I had to fix that. I had to fix something that was broken. That's growth. That's growth. I had to look myself in the eye and say, the things that I once prayed for, are they really beneficial to me? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself this. Ask yourself and say, self, everything that I've ever prayed for, was it beneficial for me? A brother, just gonna cross over, huh? A brother, his name is Daoud, man, and I'll never forget him saying this to me. We was in Atlanta. Shout out to that brother, man. He does amazing music as well. His name is Beloved Daoud, D-A-U-D, Beloved Daoud. Check him out on Spotify. From Atlanta, good brother. But he said to me, he said, be careful what you pray for, because you just might get it. That sounds crazy, right? That sounds crazy. There are people in this life that They prayed for a marriage. They prayed for their mother, their father to come back in their life. They prayed for a girlfriend, a boyfriend. They prayed for a family. And then when you get that relationship, they abuse you. They mistreat you. They take advantage of you. When you get that relationship, you feel worse about yourself than when you went in. You got what you wanted, but did you? You know, and I had to ask myself. I said, the things that I want in life, the things that I thought that I was missing, was they missing for a reason? And I had to come to an acceptance. I had to come to acceptance. I had to stop chasing things that maybe I thought was good for me, I thought I wanted, and I had to accept the fact that there are things in your past that are in your past for a reason, and there are things that maybe you don't have that you don't have for a reason. You know, you can't give everybody everything they want. You give a druggie, you give a wino, you give them all the money in the world, they'll kill themselves because they haven't have the ability to stop the self-destructive behavior. They don't want that. They may think they want that, but they need something different. There's a difference. I woke up today and I had a lot of stuff on my mind. And when you're dealing with things like anxiety, if you have to deal with depression, if you have to deal with ADHD, when you have to deal with rheumatism, that's when you just you keep thinking about things over. You ruminate on it. You think about it over and over these scenarios in your head. There's a lot of different diagnoses out there, but whatever you're dealing with, everybody can't see that. Everybody can't understand what you're going through. And you have to get to the point where you realize that no one's coming to save you. That is a very, 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 very real but hard lesson that some never get to. They never get to that. Every day they think their psychiatrist is going to save them. Their medication is going to save them. They think that a man's going to come out of the sky and just miraculously take away all of those problems, And in reality, that doesn't happen like that. I'm not talking about nobody's belief system, but there is a level of realism that we have to come to expect from not only others but ourselves. So you have to approach it in a manner of, yes, no one's going to save me, because I have to come to an acceptance mentally for myself. You have to heal yourself mentally. You have to heal you. The best and first relationship anybody must have is a healthy relationship with themselves. That's facts. You can't force nobody, or you can't expect someone to make you happy. That's unfair to the next person, and that's unrealistic. You have to be able to be happy yourself. You have to be able to be happy in life yourself. I can't make my wife be happy. I can put her in scenarios that may lift her mood, but ultimately she has to look at those scenarios and say, this is a safe, happy environment. That's something that we'll touch on that later on, about making someone feel a certain way. It sounds good, but there's a reality to it. Let's jump into it. You know what I mean? So this morning I woke up, and one thing about growth is you understand what they call triggers. Triggers. And there was something that happened to me yesterday that I was triggered. And I didn't know that. I knew it was a sensitive for me, but I didn't know just saying it out loud, or that scenario comes up, it was going to affect me like that. I'm not going to get into it today, but I woke up today still thinking about it. It was still on my mind. And then I heard a brother, man, shout out to C Boogie. Check out C Boogie Podcast, C Boogie Productions. He said, I was listening to this podcast and he said, dang, what did you say? Dang, completely went out of my head. He said, there are some people who are not afraid of rejection. They're not afraid of failure. And they carry themselves through life with a swag, with a confidence, because they understand that rejection does not, it doesn't harm them. They're able to just carry on. And there's other people who internalize it. They're more sensitive and they dwell on it, and it affects them. You know, we use the words trauma, or, you know, it makes them, let's just say, not approach women because of rejection. It makes them to keep their hands down in class because they were afraid, or somebody laughed at them or said they couldn't read or said that they were stupid. And what that did was they internalized it, and now they don't do that no more. They keep it in instead of saying, you know what, that's going to happen. Not everybody's going to like what I'm going to say. Not everybody's going to hear what I'm going to say. Not everybody's going to appreciate. Not everybody's going to like my food. We're going to use that approach. Not everybody's going to like your food. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be real enough for yourself to understand that not everybody's going to like your food. Food being a general metaphor for not everybody's going to like everything that you produce, say, do, smell, looks. You know, they're not going to like that. But what do? How does that affect you? So when that trigger happened, and I was thinking about it today, and I heard what C Boogie said, I said, this is where you ask God and say, God, whoever you pray to, the Most High, you say, Most High, allow me to be strong, right? We say things like that. Allow me to be stronger and handle challenges and handle situations, right? But then we forget it, and we only look at the positive and the positivity in that. We say, you know what, I'm gonna be good. I prayed about it. But then you never really take the time to say, well, how does he do that? Well, maybe he puts you in a situation and test you. And test your growth, because when you speak things out into existence, there's a scripture that says, pray and believe. You say it and you speak it as if it was already done. So if you say, allow me to have more strength, to have more confidence, allow me to have more courage, allow me to handle challenges better, then understand that that's already spoken in your psyche, which is you, that little voice, that place inside of you that man can't reach, that place inside of you that how do they say it, that intimate conversation and that intimate you inside of you, right? Your psyche, your conscience, that little voice that speaks to you. And you say that out loud. What happens then when you approach a test or a situation, you have two options. You have your innate ability to go back to what you know, internalize it, become defensive, become argumentative, to defend yourself, to fight back. Or you take it. You take it. What do I mean by take it? I mean this. You ever have somebody tell you about yourself and you know it's true? You ever have somebody tell you about yourself and you know deep down the words they did cut, because they were either all true or there were parts that were true, and either you argued back and then later was like, damn, that was deep, you know what I mean, they was right though, or you sat there and you took it. You took it not because you are a chump, not because you a sucker, not because you soft, but you took it because you understood that in that moment, in that very moment, somebody said something about you that was inside of you that you knew was inside of you that needed to be worked on, and you say, you know what, allow me to hear what they're going to say because I can learn from this experience. That's what I mean by taking it, right? So you take it because it is a growth. It is an opportunity to now be better than you were before. So that way your innate and your most honest and your most quickest response is not to go back to who you were, but to go back to now the person that you are now. Which means that when I heard that trigger, I heard C. Boogie said that, I said, you know what? Let me not go back to who I was. Allow me to search ways to now strengthen that weakness. And what did I mean by strengthen your weakness? By no longer dwelling on it. No longer allowing it to trigger you. No longer allowing that to, and that sounds crazy, just don't allow it. That doesn't make sense, right? You're right. What does that mean to no longer allow it to trigger? Okay, for instance, if a person deals with depression, I've dealt with depression. I deal with depression. You know, that's a little bit of honesty for you. And, you know, and I recommend therapy for anybody and everybody. Go talk to somebody. Get that stuff out. You can't bottle that stuff up in there. But because I know that dealing with depression, there are triggers, and that will have me relapse, go back into a dark place if I keep ruminating, thinking about it day in, day out. What I have to do now is say, damn, how can I now fix this? How do I fix it? And that's mostly between you and that situation, you and you, because you have to talk to yourself. The only person that's going to save you is you, because the Most High dwells inside of you. He gives you that knowledge. The knowledge is around you. You have that word. You have that scripture where he tells you how to communicate with him, how to deal with your fellow brother. He tells you all that, but that's not what we're talking about. But what I'm saying is that you have the ability now to heal yourself. If you truly believe that the Most High is power and that he works through you and he dwells within you, then you have the power within yourself to heal whatever obstacles that your body or mind has now formulated within you. That only makes sense. So, back to what I was saying is that, okay, self, me, yes. How do I now say I'm not going to let that bother me? I'm not going to let this trigger affect me. I'm not going to let the depression affect me. I think then you have to really understand what your battle is, whether it's drugs, whether it's drinking, whether it's depression, whether it's unhappiness, whether it's low confidence. You have to understand the source. You have to understand your triggers. You have to understand your source of where it comes from. And then you have to ask yourself, what do I do to either add to that unhappiness or not? You know, or how do I fix it? So long story short, man, you have to fix you. You have to have self-improvement. You have to have self-improvement. You have to have self-love, self-care. You have to have time for yourself to address you. That trigger hit me out of nowhere. And it's in my mind. I can feel it. It's there. It's waiting for me to turn on sad songs. It's waiting for me to dwell on it. It's waiting for me to go into an empty place. But you know what you got to do? That's when you call your peoples. You call your brothers. You call them. I need to talk. I need to get this off my chest. You have to go to the weight room. We need to stop this shit, man. There's no excuse, man. We all got the same 24 hours in a day. We have to apply some level of self-help, self-love, self-care into ourselves, because you will never heal. You will never heal. And everybody sitting there telling you is to call this number and put your hands on the screen and oil this oil and do this and pray. You can pray. Go to church all you want to. Go to the temple, the synagogue. You can do all you want to, but unless you handle you, there is no help. You have to get out of your comfort zone. Life happens when you're out of your comfort zone. You know, take that job, take that trip, speak to that girl, you know, call that therapist. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of the city that you lived in. Get out of the place that's calling you depression. There's a lot of times that we say, well, I'm gonna just be me. I'm gonna just be me. But yeah, fool, everything around you and everything you have in your life is triggering all of those emotions that went unhealed. You have to get away from that. You have to be okay cutting people off in your life, man. I'd have to listen, man. Last year, man, was very, very, very eye-opening. And I had to lose some people. I had to really fucking lose some people to really understand that, Jermaine, you forgetting about you, dog. You focus on your career, your jobs. You focus on your brothers, your sisters, your friends. You focus on everybody else. But when's the last time you focus on you? When the last time you say, damn, bro, I need to hug me. I need to call me and say, am I okay? I need to ask myself, why am I not healing? I have to be selfish enough to say all the things and the things that I wanted, that I prayed for, that is causing me so much pain in my life. I have to be okay with losing them. You have to lose that real pretty girl. You have to lose your mama and your daddy. You have to lose your brother and sister. You have to lose that job. You have to lose that city, that state that you live in, because you think, oh, I got to stay here. I got to be here. But every time you go there, your anxiety is it's through the roof. You drinking every day. Man, listen, man, this, I have to say this, man, because there's a lot of me's out there. I was on a bad course of drinking, bro. Like, I was never getting crazy out there where I was drinking and driving. No, there's different forms of self-destructive behavior. There's 365 days in a year. You know, some people say 364 days. But if every day you drink, most people have more than one drink. So if every day you're drinking 2-3 drinks every single day for 365 days, that's a lot of toxicity going into your body. So if you allow that in your body, you're really not understanding what alcohol does. It's a downer. So let's just say you're smoking, you know what I'm saying? You're smoking get some good gas. You drinking every day, you know what I'm saying? Got you a nice little indica, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Understand that those are downers. What I mean by downers? That your mood is down. Your mood is mellow, which means that you're more susceptible to negativity, negative thoughts, more susceptible to those triggers. I didn't know that. I thought I was like that being a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was out there doing me. And still I realized and say, Jermaine, you lost yourself a long time ago, bro. This is not you. This ain't you. You start to realize yourself, man, how did you get here? Because you're not even feeling like yourself anymore. Like, yes, what happened, bro? Well, I put all that toxicity into my body. I lost myself at the dinner table. I gained 40 pounds in one summer. You know, just as general speaking, you know, not me personally, but I gained 40 pounds in the summer. I lost my girlfriend, my job, and now all of a sudden I done blew up to 380 pounds. How did I get here? And you realize it's been 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. You haven't been out on a date. Now you hating everybody in every situation. And you're like, dang, when did I get so angry? When did I get so sad? And you start to realize that the only thing you've been pouring in your life is toxicity, because you thought that you was escaping. You thought that you were just doing you. You thought that you were just out there having a good time, and you realize that you lost yourself. Well, you get it back. It wasn't built in a day, so you can't think that change is going to come overnight. However long it took you to do that, understand it may take you half the time to get it back. You know, muscle memory and everything. You go to the gym, but realize that's going to take 3 to 6 months. But in the process, be present. Be present in that process. Understand that, listen, I'm going to come home every day, get on scale. I'm going to meal prep. I'm going to do all that. And at the end of 2 weeks, I may look the same. You may have different changes, but you're still not 380 no more. You may be 370. That's a win. That's a win. Celebrate. Get yourself a gratification journal. We're going to talk about that too. I didn't think that those help, man. I didn't think that those help, but I had to get out. I had to get outside of my mind and thinking that I know everything and have all the answers to everything. And I had to realize that there are some techniques out there that does help. If you put down every day all the positive things that happen to you over the course of a day, and you do that for 2 weeks, and a depressed person is going to look back over those 2 weeks and they're going to read it. They're going to sit there and say, good things did happen to me. That's a win. We got to stop fantasizing that our wins is going to be dramatic celebrations and parties and everybody's going to love you and the credits is going to come at the end of the movie with a dope ass theme song and tears, and all of a sudden you're going to eat a pizza that's 5,000 calories and you're going to still be skinny. No, it's a life change. What you do and how you heal yourself is a life change, and every day it's a battle. You stop drinking, and yeah, you stop drinking for 6 months. You stop doing drugs for 6 months. You stop cheating for 6 months. The urge is still there. It didn't miraculously go away like on TV. I think what happened is we watch too much TV, and we have TV minds where it's like at the end of the show, at the end of your workout session, at the end of your good talk to yourself, and at the end of that good cry with your friend on the phone, everything's okay. Nah, you got to go back here and look yourself in the eye the next day and say, let's do it all over again. And again, and again, and again, and again. And then you looking at these people on YouTube and say, dang, they got these bodies, they got these physiques, they got this confidence. You have to teach yourself. You have to go and put the work in every fucking day. You got to go out there and talk to 3 people a day. Start off with 3 people a day. Just say hi. Put in 3 applications a day. You know what I mean? Set a timer. Say, I'm not going to leave this gym until I've been here for at least a half an hour. Every day I'm going to read a chapter. Every day I'm going to read a chapter. I'm going to do something. And over time, you start to realize that small changes going to mean so much, man. So, yeah, I just wanted to get on here, man, just to holler at y'all, understanding that, brothers, we're gonna do a series, man. We're gonna do a series on this. You know what I mean? And we have to start understanding, we have to do self-help, self-growth. We have to, understanding that when you go out there and you talking to people, your friendships, your friends gonna mirror your life. They say look at your 5 closest friends. If you can't pick up the phone right now and call somebody and they're gonna tell you and they're gonna share ways to make money, how to get your life off the ground, how to something positive. And if you can't look at them and they're mirroring what they say, then you need some more friends. You need friends in a different emotional tax bracket. Not financial, but emotional and positive tax bracket. You need friends that are just not negative. You can't just be hood all day long. You just can't be corporate all day long. You have to have a portfolio that shows diversity. What I mean by that? That means that you have to, Steve Harvey said this to me and I'll never forget it. He says that I have different friends for different reasons. I have friends that we only speak for sports. We don't speak deep. We don't speak nothing like that. We only talk for sports. And I have people I go to that I vent to, I cry to. They pick me up. And that's what we do. We uplift each other. We don't talk about sports. We don't talk about business. We get deep about how we feel, about how we're struggling, about how we having hardships. You can't do that with everybody. And then we have friends that we only speak business. We only deal with business. We share information on how to do this, how to do that. If you can't pick up your phone and do that shit when the people, you need more friends. You need a better life. You need to socialize more. Work on your socialization skills. How you talk to people, how you treat people. I had a conversation with my sister, and I told her, I said, listen, I said, people fail to realize that you can't just go through life just talking shit and saying anything and everything to anybody and expecting them the next day to say, it's okay, let's continue to have a relationship. Hell no, they're going to say, stand on what you say. Roger that. I know from then, you hit that roger that from me, it's a wrap. Roger that. Now I know. You locked in on that. Roger that. I see how you is. I saw it. I don't have to question. We don't got to say nothing else. Roger that. Roger that. I seen it for what it is. And why do I say that? I told her, I said, listen, man, you can't have people cussing you out, treating you like shit, doing all kind of stuff to you, saying anything and everything they want to say to you. And at the end of the day, you're supposed to turn around and say, it's all good. Nope. No. Because when you start to love yourself and you start to respect you, you can't allow them to not respect you. When you get to loving yourself to a point where you're like, man, I don't have to deal with this shit. I didn't do this to nobody else. Why do I have to deal with it? Then you start to realize that, you know what, man? If I keep allowing that to happen to me, they're going to keep doing it. Love yourself more than that, man. Stop negativity at the door. Stop negativity from at the door of your mind. Stop it from entering in your life. If you have people in your life that are toxic enough to come into your home, cause a big disruption, your home, meaning your abode, either your mental space, your physical presence, your relationship, your home, your comfortability, your insides, your that intimate part. If they can come in your life in any way and cuss you out and treat you a certain way, look at yourself. Ask yourself, why do I allow that? Why did I allow it to go on for so long? I guarantee you're going to look at yourself, because at some point in time, you stop loving yourself. Man, we got to love ourselves, bro. We got to love ourselves, man. But anyway, man, let me get off here, man. I'm getting my destination, man. This is Yeshayahu. I love y'all, man. You know what I mean? Like, subscribe, comment, share this shit, bro. Share this shit. Our black men, we need this, man. We need this, man. We need this. We gotta have people looking out for us. Black men, we gotta love ourselves more than anybody else love us, because we understand that we are the greatest threat to this society. We are the greatest threat to this society, because if black brothers unite and share this knowledge with each other, we become very powerful. And we're not being hired. We're hiring. We're no longer working with somebody else. We're creating the jobs. We're creating we're creating the map. We're creating the opportunities. Shalom, shalom, y'all.